some names later in their careers.
Oh, whoops.
Or at the beginning, because Tommy Lee Jones's first gig was on a soap.
This is also true. The question is,
Yes.
are they has-beens trying to have a paycheck, or are they soon to be discovered, hoping that this is their big break?
I think a lot of times with the former, actors love to act, and apparently they say that being on a soap really gives you a chance to stretch because you get so much.
It's like stage acting or opera, because it's so much more overblown than what we're used to with most forms of modern day shows and stuff, that you can just go full Wagnerian ham if you want to.
Yeah,
hey, true believers. We're live, by the way.
That's all right.
I know.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to do some covers tonight. We've got 12 of them. I decided let's save the Scooby-Doo for when the Lesters can come in. And we're going to do House of Secrets. Because I think they would be able to handle House of Secrets, but Scooby-Doo is more up their alley. I almost did Scooby Apocalypse. Because that is a horror title. And it's a lot of fun. I like the title. But figured, why not? Let's do some House of Secrets. And apparently Dalton got his hair did.
Did I?
That's Jay is saying Dalton's got his hair done. Did.
Mm.
All right. Let me get this down.
I mean, I trimmed it a little bit, but I wouldn't necessarily say I got it done.
Well, just earlier he described himself as fabulous. He said it just like
yes, but I'm fabulous all the time. Note the bow tie and top hat. It is one of those things that is known, Khaleesi.
All right, so let's see. If you're blue and you okay, so anyway. All right, let's hello to RDV as well. How are you doing, man?
Okay. Just reading comics.
Cool. Say again?
Just reading comics.
All right. Let's see what we got. What we got here is House of Secrets. We're going to get this thing started. Let's see. On the bottom, it goes Eric, and then Dalton, and then RDV. Alrighty, so we're matched. And Eric, you get it started off. Alrighty, we'll get this train rolling since we're running late with issue number 81 of House of Secrets, hosted by Abel of Cain.
You mean we're matched? You got two old dudes and two good-looking dudes?
Thank you. That's very kind of you. I appreciate that.
I'm not sure what you're trying to imply there, Venkman.
EHD, Venkman.
EHD. I don't know which category I'm supposed to go in here, because honestly, I could probably go.
Well, you're not the old dude.
That being said, Eric, what do you think of
only spiritually?
81.
Well, I love the house. I love that's a tree house. It's the tree house I wish Dad had built for me when I was a kid.
The one that eats you?
Minus that. And in my mind, the only thing getting eaten in this cover, there's two bratty kids. So I'm going to give us a 10 because I'm letting my imagination fill in the rest.
Because F them kids.
Damn right, brother.
I think most of the things I dislike about this cover are down to maybe some of the fading over the years, because it looks like there's too much brown, and it looks like it's just a bunch of nondescript brown in the middle of a bit of blue, and it doesn't really tell me as much.
I didn't have time to search out the best of the best. This was really done last minute.
Yeah, that's fair. But that being the case, I'm trying to rate it aesthetically, so I think I'd have to go maybe a 6.
All right. And RDV.
That dog needs a water bubble. Dear God, I'm going to die. And he was stuck with these two kids watching the thing coming towards us instead of running. Yeah, that's what I want, And if that dog dies, John Wick's going to take down the House of Secrets.
Oh, don't worry. They're about to hide behind
I
the chainsaw.
want that movie now. I now want that movie.
And also, is
John Wick versus The Dreaming. Yes.
Is Kevin Spacey running the House of Secrets? Oh wait, that's House of Lies, right?
Yes.
House Cards. Yeah, same thing.
House Cards.
So
what do you score, sir? 8. Alrighty. And yeah, I'm going to agree with RDV on this. I think it's an 8. I think Dalton even made some valid points about the colors. Okay, so Jay says 9, Black Spider says 8, and Michael Taylor says 9. So we've got an 8 and two 9s.
Usually Zach makes the comments about the colors.
Eric Breen, not those damn kids again. Joe's saying 7. I like the bent bars on the fence. And One Slick says 8, and so does Dark Admiral Hare. So it's a 7 and 2 8s.
Oh, and Eric
awesome. Black Spider says, I like it, but I don't like it. I don't like it because it reminds me of prison. All righty. Cool. House of Secrets 81. Those pesky kids and their kid shows up. Love the POV from inside through the barred windows. Just enough detail and proper colors to set the scene and mood. Score a Secrets 10. All righty. There we go. And if you do have a late vote, by all means, add it to the pot. If it changes anything, we'll change whatever it changes. In the meantime, we do have 1-6 knocking out, 1-6 and 1-7 knocking out those 2 10s, and then it's 5 8s versus 2 9s. And so the 8s get our first book of, oh, nope, that's creepy. All right, let's try that again. Here's the secrets. All right. Zoinks. And once again, I go to Comic Vine for the covers. So if you want to get a bigger look at them or more up close for yourself, but by all means, go to that. In the meantime, go for 82. We did skip 2 of them because we've had them in recent rankings. Dalton, you can lead us off on this one. Secrets number 82.
What did 81 get? What was the total?
Oh, it was an 8.
Okay, this one is much better. You've got some ghostly shenanigans about to chop off some people's heads, is what it seems like. This oddly reminds me of the show The Funky Phantom. I don't know why, but that's the first thing my brain went to.
All right.
But I'll give it an 8.
Okay, we've got an 8 from Dalton. And how about you, RDV?
We got an ongoing theme here. The dog's like, move, you stupid kids. You're going to die.
The dog is going to be the most intelligent person on the covers.
Well, it's like Inspector Gadget. Same thing.
We're going to die.
And, that spirit of the Indian, or I guess our Native American, you want to say whatever you call it, is going to kill the racist kids.
Well, he is culturally appropriating the feathers.
Damn it.
Oh, did he?
My answer just got shorter.
What do you score this, RDV?
I score this a racist 10.
All righty. And Eric.
Well, I knew it happened eventually. Even the little boys just had it with that girl's nagging. He's about to delete her. But I said,
it's her who drags him along in all of these, and he's probably sitting there going, "Why are we doing this again? This never works out well for us."
And I gotta say, if old Tecumseh misses at that range,
well, it seems like he shoots her. The Indian takes out the boy. We're all happy. Just saying.
The dog is.
Mutual suicide pact.
This is a 10.
Okay. And let's see, 1, 2, 3. Okay, there's only 4 of us, and I'm not going to stop that particular train. I thought it was a 10 too. This is awesome. I like everything about it. The colors fit. It's brown in the back, kind of a brownish green sort of color, just to mute so you can see that white Indian pop up a lot better. The ghost Indian. The fact that he's coming out of the TV, like he's the reason why is that it's a black and white TV, just makes it all the better. Yeah, this is awesome. I love this cover here. All righty. So who is the artist for House of Secrets?
That's Neil Adams on that.
I'm not seeing a cover artist here, and it looks like I closed up the comic.
Well,
line.
it's Neil Adams.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go. All right. Okay, and let's see. The chat saying One Slick says 9, Jay says 8, and Dark Admiral says 10. So it's an 8, a 9, and a 10. Let's see. Spirit of 76, even if you don't go Funky Phantom. 8 from Joe and 7 from Black Spiders. Alrighty. And then that kid's probably got Indian heritage. And the Michael Taylor is saying 9. Very cool cover, Dalton. I see what you mean about Funky Phantom. Alrighty. And Moran
Okay,
is saying,
so it wasn't just my brain having a schizophrenic episode or something. Good.
Maranya's saying, House Secrets 2, those darn kids summoning an Indian from the TV. Their poor doggo is in trouble. Just enough background to set the scene. Colors used well for focus. Score an engine, Joe, 10. All right.
I tell you, that bargain real estate business that constantly builds houses over Indian burial grounds, you'd think they'd learn eventually.
Okay, well, if you have a late vote, please leave it in, and I will put up. Undead Quinn comes in with a 10. All righty. Let's see what else. What do we got here? We've got 1 7 and 3 8s, and then we've got 2 9s, taking out 6 10s. It is a 9. All righty. That's cool. At least it's going in the right direction. Okay, we got a 9. Let's see. Are we going to get a 10 tonight? Probably so. I'm thinking there's got to be a 10 in here somewhere, right? All righty, RDV, you can go here with 83.
We got a guy with a cane and a puffy shirt. Or is it a woman? It's hard to tell. Might be an old lady. Might be Aunt May.
That looks like an old lady.
It's Aunt May. Children, come here. I need my booze.
Into the Mayaverse, apparently, because this would result in her being in DC somehow.
Wasn't House of Years usually like 3 kids? That one of the kids could turn into a dog in this series?
House of Mystery.
Oh, House of Mystery. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, at least they're actually being smart for a change, and it's 2 girls, and the boy's not there, though.
They got gender swapped.
Or they just got sick of her crap.
Or it's 2024. Yeah, I like the rendering on the dog. You know, the creepy old lady. Now it actually looks like Carol Burnett. Actually, now I look at it more. I'll go 9.
All right. And how about you, Eric?
Well, by the time Aunt May gets to the top of the stairs, his kids are going to be adults. This is a 10. The detail alone on just the staircase and the walls behind her. These are really good so far.
So far, I know, right? How about you, Dalton?
Yeah, this one is actually really cool. The detail work is nice. The colors are really interesting. It's giving me like Scooby-Doo-ish vibe, but not in a bad way. I'm gonna go a 9 on this.
Alrighty. And we got a 9 from Dalton. And I'm agreeing with that as well. I think it's a 9. I think the fact that you can't really make out the old lady makes it suffer a little bit.
I wish there was something a little bit more eye-catching on this cover. That's the only reason I knocked off a point, is because while everything here is colored and juxtaposed really well, I'm not sure what the horror aspect is supposed to be here.
Let's see. 1, 2. Nope, that still makes it a 9. All righty. Dark Admiral Hare is saying 9, and One Slick 10 for trying to keep the dog quiet. Alrighty, and we have an 8 from Joe, and Michael Taylor is saying 8. Nice details and colors. Alrighty, so we got 2 8s there. Let's see. House 673 is a 9, says Undead Quinn. And we have 1 was a 9, 2 is hard to tell why I should be afraid. So give that a 5. I did. The 9, let's see, the 9 still is 81 is still an 8. 1 5 takes out that. Then we have 2. That's 5. That's 6. And number 2 is still a 9. Alrighty. Where are we here? Okay. Ni hao. I just watched Agatha. No spoilers. We're going to talk about it on Friday. Black Spider. Tomorrow we're probably going to have a hangout where we do movie poster cover rankings, but really we're just going to hang out and chat. It's Halloween. Let's talk and as we wait for kids to not show up to our door as we eat 95 pounds worth of chocolate and such. So, all right, Black Spiders gives this one a 5. Okay, and let's see. We've got Moran saying House Secrets 83. What is it with these kids and doggo? Color focused on approaching crone, as it should be. Monochrome purple hides the kids a little well rendered. Scoring Aunt May 10. Alrighty. Let's see. Raise mine to a 9, says Michael. And then we have Dodgers took the lead.
Yeah.
And there we go. All right. Thank you, Leon. Oh, my goodness gracious. That 5. We got a J. Lucian 10 as well. All right, we've got 1 5 taking out one of those 4 10s, 2 8s taking out 2 more. We've got 6 9s versus 1 10, and we have a second 9. I know there's a 10 in here somewhere.
There is. Reg Artist Sixtus.
Sixtus. All righty. Well, it ain't this cover, that's for sure. All right, here we go. Okay. And let's move on. I guess it's my turn, right? We're on number 4. I'm the 4th man, and I get issue number 84. And let me go put the go for 84 before I take a look here. Hello to Rhaegar. And to Leon and everybody else, Black Spiders too. Alrighty, so what are we looking at? We're looking at, everything is kind of black and white. And then we have a bad guy from Smurfland. Is that like House of Secrets Gargamel rushing out of it? Is that Hubert? It looks like Hubert in the background. You know what? This is a confused cover, I think. I'm giving it a 6. It doesn't work for me. All right, what about you, Eric?
I disagree. I mean, it might be confused, but it appears to be Neil Adams. Although the little girl behind the one touching the dog looks like she's 30. And I don't know what those things are behind the executioner, but I mean, it's a lot of detail. It's very well done.
Yeah, that's true. At least there is that. Everything around that one guy getting out, it actually is a good image, except for the guy crawling out of the other dimension.
Yeah, I think that, but that's very well done too. And I'm sure there's a story inside that tells us what those weird looking things are behind him. So I'm going to give this another 10.
All righty. How about you, Dalton?
I am going in the completely opposite direction. This is probably the most flat cover we've seen all night. And compared to last cover, where it really wasn't focusing on much of anything interesting, but it was so well rendered and detailed and colored perfectly and atmospheric, this is getting a 5 or maybe even a 4 for me. I'll have to decide. I think I'm going to be nice and go with 5.
All righty. Which is your prerogative. How about you, RDV?
Well, it looks like the guy on the couch is dreaming, and as they're getting ready to go through his shit, all the things he's dreaming about looks like a Talkie Tawny, and then you got the Oro from He-Man, Qbert, and then Angleteen dressed in just some guy's mask with no shirt on.
All right.
Why do you have to put these images in my head, Beckman?
I don't have to. It's right there.
Oh my god. Someday I will murder
But, like,
you, but
yeah,
it will not be this night.
this guy's imagination or dreams are basically, it's like whatever. Remember when Doom got the power beyond her, his dreams started, like, affecting everybody.
Well,
And
I mean, the House of Secrets itself is in the dreaming,
yeah,
so that might be why the dreams are
yeah.
tangible.
So I'm going 10 with this. I like this.
Okay. And let's see. We've got Jay giving this a 10. And Undead says those 5 and 6 did lower the score, says Undead Quinn. Yep. Alrighty. And let's see. We give this a 10. And then Rhaegar says 9. Dark Admiral says 8. Black Spider says 5. So we've got a 5, a 9, and an 8. Alrighty. And let's see. Undead Quinn says 6. Okie dokies. That does look like Hubert, says Joe. And One Slick says 6. This is very confused. No context. Alrighty. And then we have Joe giving it a 7. Hobo on the couch, says Leon. Ethereal gives it a 6. Leon gives it a 7. All right. We got a 6 and a 7. And I was being nice with mine, says Ethereal. Who is Talkie Tommy? He's the talking tiger in the Captain Marvel comic books. House of Secrets 84, 2 girls and doggo trying to eat nasty stuff, this time monochromatic scene with a color focus effectively used on the invading villain. Very well rendered. Score a bad doggo 10. Alrighty, and then we've got Michael Taylor with a 7. Slinks, and what we got here is 2. Oh, let me put the stop up before we do that. STO. And once again, if you do add in a late vote, we will count it. So we have 2 5s, taking out 2 of the 4 10s. Then we've got 4 6s, knocking out those other 2 10s, 1 9 and 1 8. And that leaves 3 7s. So we've got the lowest score of the day so far. Okay.
I feel like we just had a cover whiplash because you had the one cover that wasn't really focused on anything but was really, really well rendered. And then you had this cover with 1,001 things I'd like to have seen, but none of it was well rendered.
All righty. Eric, you've got issue number 85.
Okay, I'm guessing that Indian did kill that little boy because he hasn't been on a cover since. Good job, Indian. I like this. 5 for 5. This is 10.
All right. Let me go for this is 85. There we go. Alrighty, and let's see, 85, and we got a 10 from Eric and Dalton. What do you say?
It is doing something interesting. I think the render or the picture might have nerfed it a little bit again. I'm gonna go 7 on this.
Alrighty, RDV.
Wow. That is just crazy. Yeah, Eric, yeah, that little boy is gone.
1 down, 2 to go.
I know, right? Or he is the dog now. I don't know. But yeah, I'm liking this because it has the dogs on the covers, and you get the creepy old guy, the mirror reveals the truth, what he is. And the little kids are chasing the dog, and I was barking at him,
Look at the pixel hand in the mirror.
I know, right? He's got General Mortis face too.
Wow.
And you know what? His hairstyle kind of looks like the Mad Ghost, doesn't he? Or was it called the Red Ghost? Sorry.
Red Ghost, yeah.
Yeah. I'm going 10 on this. I like this.
Alrighty. We got 10 from RDV, and I'm liking this as well. I think I'm giving it a 9. All right, let's go to the chat. Did I skip anybody? Yes, I did. Dalton?
No, you didn't. I gave it a 7.
I've only got 3. So okay, you gave it a 7. Then we've got a 10 from. Okay, got it now. All right. Dark Admiral says 10. Jekyll and Hyde meets Nancy Drew, says Leon, giving it a 7. Rhaegar gives it a 9. So we've got a 7, 9, and a 10. Already. And let's see, 7 from Ethereal Dragon and a 10 from Michael Taylor saying very cool, cover and detail. So we got a 7 and a 10. Next up, he probably wanted more money like Suzanne. Wait, what? Oh, the boy. Okay. House of Secrets 85. Doggo trying to alert the girls to danger. Color very effectively used on excellent render that sells a story and sells the book like a good cover should. Score a Hyde 10. And then we have an 8 from Undead Quinn. Next up, the dog is ageist. Yes, he is. He's like the Zach of dogs, but instead it's age. And 9 from Jackson, 9 from Jay, and an 8 from One Slick saying, while it's well drawn, the faded leg part is a little off. Not sure why it's been done. All right, so we got 2 9s and an 8. 1, 2, and an 8.
Marania's comment made me think of neighbor. He said like
neighbor. I said neighbor. Yes. Stop.
Like a good neighbor, I voted for Kamala.
Yeah.
But then that doesn't make you a good neighbor. It makes me think I need a good fence.
Hey, look, we might be finding it. We might be finding out that that this is. By the way, for those of you who don't know, the auction, which has no bad content in it at all, it's basically literally just selling comic books, showing comic books off, got demonetized.
How?
I shit you not. My guess is because we talked politics.
Probably.
Aha. And this is for Bolden for that side of the argument to be talking. And we are totally the ones defending democracy. Low.
3 7s, 2 8s, take out 5 10s, leaving 4 9s. This is our second 9 of the evening.
That is one of the reasons why Pixel and I agreed not to really do anything political or talk about politics on the channel, because YouTube being so anal retentive.
Yeah, it's a good idea to stay away because they will nail you for being a conservative. That is for sure.
They'll nail you for being anything except the establishment, honestly.
And then it has nothing to do with us reading. We're reading comic books. You don't really need to know my politics.
I know, right? Okay, so Dalton, you get issue number 86.
Okay, this one's interesting.
You can see it? I can't. Let me go on my phone.
Yeah, well, when Venkman catches up, this one is probably the only one that's better than this one so far. Was the Native American scalping the children issue, and I gave that a 9, so I think I will give this one a 9 as well.
Alrighty.
There you go. It popped up finally for me. And speaking of scalping, I picked up Horizon, the American Tale, whatever it's called. I got that on DVD. So
that is such a good movie. It's one of my favorite.
He didn't release it on. Is it the Cannon whatever films festival? They actually debuted it. People watched it, but we can't watch it until it hits actually theaters or DVD. It sucks for the second one.
Man, I'm so jazzed. I could have, even though it's like a 2.5 hour movie, I could have fired up the second half right then and there.
Yeah, right. Honestly, I treat it like Lord of the Rings, except I'll be awake this time, and I'll watch it all the way through. Hey, the boy's back. That's cool. And the dog.
Phrasing.
Yeah. Old Man Geppetto and. Ooh, I wonder if that's not really a puppet, or if that actually used to be another boy.
All righty. All of Henry's suggestions, or at least 3 of them, are up in the poll right now, as well as the X-Men from 1963. So,
all right,
when you guys get a chance to vote,
going 10.
All righty.
Is that Orson Welles up there in the upper left corner? I had to ask.
Dalton, what did you score this?
9.
9. Alrighty.
Is somebody
Thank you.
using the like neuralizer flash on E every time I give a score? That's
No,
the second
I
time.
was half. You know what? I was half listening because I was getting the poll ready, and then it was just I looked down and I didn't write it down.
Are you sure you're not half baked from your neighbor?
Not today. Not today. Yeah. So at least what do they call it? Thank goodness for small favors. Alrighty. So Eric, what do you think?
First thing I say, yeah, Leon, I think there's always steps on these because if that means that the house has at least 2 stories, which is more room for secrets than a 1-story house would have.
That's my only major complaint with like the old school Victorian style of mansion is just like, as someone who Gravity and I are old enemies, I would have to do something about the stairs eventually and put in ramps instead.
Or you could get an elevator.
Yep.
Yeah, but that would be almost a tragedy in and of itself.
I would love to see you on one of those super speed gremlin elevator chairs that go up the stairs, but at like 50 miles an hour. Yeah. All right. What did you give this?
Is that just because you want me thrown out of a window?
I'll do that myself, sir, if I want that done.
Right. Nah, we got stairs there.
10.
All right. I'm going that way too because I'm looking and there's a lot of detail. I love the dolls. And ultimately, it's Geppetto with the dolls coming to life? Is he getting his soul into it? There's a lot of weird masks. What are those masks called? It's like the not the sugar masks from Mexico, but I don't know. Anyway, yeah, there's a lot of good stuff on this cover.
The Commedia dell'arte masks, I think.
There you go. Rhaegar says 8. Dark Admiral says 10, and so does Undead Quinn. So we got 2 10s and an 8. And then we have 7 from Black Spiders and an 8 from Ethereal and a 7 from Gel. So 2 7s and an 8. Let's see. 9, the old man died, and the marionette asks, why? Welcome home. There are a lot of stickers on these covers. At midnight, the Puffteen cried. One Slick says 10. A lot of good detail on this cover, and inks are well done. And Michael says 9. And let's see. There are also kids and dogs on the cover. Jackson says 9. So does Jay.
I mean,
alrighty. And E-Tales, Suspense, Captain America, and Iron Man are the same books. Nope. What we're talking about is later. They actually divide. Like in the first half, they're all half and half. But after a while, it goes Captain America, Iron Man, Captain America, Iron Man.
I see. So you're all about division.
I'm all about the division. That's why I'm a
Speaking
Trump
of which,
supporter.
where's
Because he
Comic
wants
Division
to divide
been
us.
for years now? Well,
He's doing his own thing. Alrighty, it looks like that's that for this one. We haven't gotten a 10 yet. I don't know. Maybe we won't tonight. It's weird. We don't have the same amount of voters, and I'm wondering, wow, we are too divided. Maybe being Trump supporters does make you divisive.
Maybe people are still staying in line to vote.
Okay, so let's get this going. We've got 2 7s and 2 8s. Taking out 4 of the 6 10s, and we've got 5 9s taking out the rest. Alrighty. 9. Alrighty, kids. Next up, let's see. Let's go for what number are we on? Anywho, that was 86, and now we go to 87. And that is RDV.
Yes. I saw this episode. This is the one with Kolchak. The robot. And the dog. Well, I said robot. Why are you saying robot again? Where's that from?
I don't. That's
Jetsons.
stolen
By
from
the way,
you.
thank you very much to Rhaegar. I am
Jetsons
garbage
and
and you
Zoidberg
can
from
too.
Futurama.
Let me try that again. I am garbage and you can too. Thank you very much for the super chat, Rhaegar.
Sorry.
Alrighty.
Next time, send all your trash to Ko-Fi.
There you go. Yeah.
I like
All right,
this.
so what do you? Yeah. Okay.
The dog is actually at peace. The kids are like, "Oh no, it's a robot," and the dog's like, "Shut up! He's actually giving me food, unlike you." 10.
Alrighty. How about you, Eric?
Well, one thing that might be keeping the audience down is I just went to turn it on for the first time.
Yeah.
I've scrolled down about 60 things on my YouTube feed. Still waiting. Your auction was up, but this isn't anywhere to be found. Without it, so I'll literally have to type in "I love comics" to get to it.
Are you on phone or PC?
On my phone.
I don't even try to get to E without searching it anymore because the shadow banning is.
So
a
for
thing.
my iPhone, he's the first one, except for the DoorDash ad above.
Yeah, so sometimes he is. Today he's not.
The channel We Love Comics always comes up before E when I search I Love Comics, and that always annoys me.
I don't think they pissed off the algorithm as much as I have.
That is probably correct.
Yep.
I can't see any reason not to give this the same 10 I've given the other 5.
All right. And how about you, other RDV, the one with the hat?
Oh dear. I'm giving this my first 10 of the night, I think. This is a great combination of concept, render, and the actual render of the cover being good enough that there's no blurring or desaturation. So 10.
Yeah. It's something when they are okay. Here's the thing. If you're on your phones, please go in to notifications, set it on all. And there you go. That's one of the things to get.
You can't remember it all. So if you're on your phone, your mobile, make sure you go into the little gear settings. So if you're on your iPhone, especially, make sure that you actually have subscription notifications turned on through YouTube.
And make sure they stay clicked, because I've re-clicked the notification bell 50 times and it always gets deselected somehow.
I'm talking about the bell. I mean, the actual gear setting, and actually, because it actually says there's a little box there. Make sure it's blue checked on. So, but
alrighty, I like this one too. I'm giving it 10. Let's go to the chat and see where we stand here. And let's see. Alrighty, Jay Lucian gives it a 10. And then we have E. There's only 3 issues where they're divided. The last 3 issues says one slick. This is a 10, says Rhaegar. And this is a 10, says one slick.
Well, you know what? I forgot to say something to Rhaegar.
An 8 from Joe and an 8 from Ethereal. Seems too friendly to be scary. And a 9 from Leon. So 2 8s and a 9. Go ahead.
Yeah, I forgot to say something. How's it going, little Rhaegar?
There you go. All right, Undead Quinn said 10 and Jackson says 9. All righty. And we have, does Ko-Fi show up here or no? The link is in, or should be in the description. But no, Ko-Fi normally doesn't. We have to go get the link and we'll put it in and tag it there. So. Which, yes, by all means, Ko-Fi doesn't take out a big chunk like YouTube does.
If you want Ko-Fi, you have to go to ko-fi.com and search Engelteen's name because it's not in the description box whatsoever.
Oh, I forgot to put it in the description. Okay, so
you put the description. So basically, you put the description of the books we're ranking, House of Secrets.
Yes, yeah, that's what I was trying to do. Okay, so here we go. Let me get that in there for you guys. Channel content, rankings, and here we go. This is the Ko-Fi link, and let me see. Oh, hold up. Come on back. Where'd it go?
Maranya needs 86 again because she got kicked out.
Can't you just rewind the stream?
I think she wants to stay current so that the chat doesn't skip and stuff.
Okay, here we go. And let's get the pinned message, and there we are. There's the Ko-Fi link.
Goodbye, Paul.
I have no idea what that I just did. All right. Let's see. What?
I don't see the poll anymore. As soon as you did that, the Ko-Fi link pin replaced the poll.
Oh, dear Lord.
You may only have one pin at a time, says the stopper of YouTube.
But it got rid of the poll completely.
Did it?
Oh, dear.
I don't know.
I don't see it anywhere. Unless I.
Oh, I see both. I've got both.
I get. Well, okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
it might just be a phone thing.
Okay, mobile. I had to dismiss the. Your,
they're both up there. All right. So, anywho,
Yeah,
let's keep
phones are
going. Let's see. Did I get Dark Admiral? Then we've got the same experience bring when it comes to this channel. Shadow ban around this season. I'm shadow banned all in time. I guess, I do not follow a lot of their rules when it comes to language. Like, you'll see people stop it, that they'll bleep out all swears. They'll bleep out if they say just a lot of stuff. YouTube has gotten very puritanical for us. If you're popular or you're they've got movies on here that cuss and all that kind of stuff. The more popular you are, the more you get rid of it.
If you don't talk politics, you're fine.
Honestly, it's just if you support the establishment of politics, you're fine.
That is 86 there, Maranya. There you go. And let's see. Hold up. I forgot to salute Dark Admiral March Hare, says Rhaegar, and the polls are rigged, says Undead Quinn. Shadowban is a badge of honor, except for, I would like to be able to help the family
except
out.
for money. Money is a thing.
All right, kids, let's get the stop here. Yeah, it's the money thing. I used to always say, you know what? This is the way I'm trying to make a living. Please help. That's the truth of the matter. Okay, what we got here is 2 8s, 2 9s, trying to take out 9 10s. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our first 10. I don't think it'll be the last. I honestly don't. I think there's some awesome freaking covers, unless we get a contrarian in there too. Ethereal. Looking at you. All righty. What number are we on here? We're on number 88. That means I start off. Let me put the go. Oh, shit. Come on. Go for 88. All righty. That was way too quick. I didn't get a chance to. Also, did you count my 10 for 87 yet? All righty. Let me. House of Secrets boy. The boy kid is back. Doggo is an endangerer. From the robot color well used, great rendering, score an 10 already. So now it's 10. Okay, and next up, it's actually not 88 because 88 showed up in another cover and another cover ranking. So we got 89, and just right off the bat, I see it in my first thought as a freaking 10. This, as sometimes Maranya would say, because I can't give it 1,000. This is great coloring. I love the oval shape. It's almost like
old movie poster.
Like it's like almost like Blinders. She's drawn well. The shadowy figure at night. The castle looks excellent. The only thing that I would say would be, like, you could bring all those words and put it onto part of the yellow on the corner, but that is such a tiny nit to pick. This is absolutely a 10. All righty. So there you go. Eric, what do you think?
Yeah, this is meant to look like what the romance books look like of the day, and probably like a template for the ones that are about to start.
Yeah.
I am going to give this a 10, but I'll say that it's probably the weakest part of this cover is the girl looks a little bit too comic booky for the rest of the drawing.
Oh, I don't see that, but
Maybe it's because I've been looking at Adam's covers all up till now.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's still, I mean, it's still definitely a 10.
All righty. What do you think, Dalton?
You're not gonna get any arguments from me here. This is probably my favorite cover of the night.
So far for me, it is. And
10.
10. All right, RDV.
There's a reason why it's Dalton's favorite cover. He's in the freaking window over there. Look at the top hat on that freaking.
That's true.
Someday I would like to live in an old Victorian mansion. The only problem is I will have to remodel it so that I can replace all the stairs that I can't use with ramps.
Could she spend one night at Dalton's castle and live? She's like, no, I'm out.
Dalton already told you what to do in that situation. You just rig the stairs to where there are ramps when you want it, when you need them. And you can also get rid of unwanted...
a literal Scooby-Doo job.
Yes, and you can also get rid of
literally
unwanted...
happened in one of the episodes.
And then you can get rid of unwanted visitors with the press of a button.
All right. This is also not a Dan Curtis Productions.
Suddenly I became the Victorian version of Quagmire from Family Guy.
I got your score there, Michael. Thank you.
This is a 10.
All right.
It's my favorite.
Okay, let's go to the chat and see what they say. We've got 10 from Jay, a 9 from Joe, and a 10 from Rhaegar, as well as Dark Admiral and one Slick. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We include Michael. And we have 1, 2, 2 9s. So 5 10s and 2 9s. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 2 9s. Alrighty. And Jackson, looks like a House of Forbidden Love or whatever. Ethereal gives this an 8, and Jackson gives it a 9. All right. And let's see. House of Secrets 89, says Marania. This cover has been used so much it's been copied and homaged. It's a well-rendered, but it should have taken up the full cover. Even with all its flaws, give it a 10. And then we have my favorite so far as well. Say again.
I don't think this cover would have been as good if it had been just a straight cover. I think it's the border that makes this.
Yeah, I think the oval gives it like old-fashioned style points, like an old school movie poster or like bodice ripper cover, like Eric was saying earlier.
Yeah. Jackson says he'd lose the oval. My favorite as so far as well, says Michael. This is actually my least favorite of the night, says Marania, but still a 10, Marania. Dalton, you are not allowed to live in a Victorian mansion unless you wear ruffles and a top hat. He's done it.
Do you not see it's a top hat? And I do have a coat that's like an old school, like traveling coat with ruffles and stuff on it.
Okay.
I just don't wear it inside because I'm not a sociopath.
Let's see. House of Forbidden Love. You mean like what happened on the Senate floor? Okay. I could dislike the cover, but respect the skill, says Marania. We get you a single level Victorian house instead, Dalton. I would have one where
I'd just rather replace the ramps.
Instead of stairs or an elevator, I think we get him a platform to roll onto that he then has to do the whole painter thing to get him up.
All I want is a cast that has chutes and ladders.
All righty.
Secret passages are a must in any Victorian mansion. If there are no secret passages, you've done something wrong. Moving on. Sorry.
Okay, so what we got here is 1 8 3 9s trying to take out 10 10s, ladies and gentlemen. We have our second 10 of the evening. I knew there would be at least one more because I saw this cover. And I was like, yep, that's going to be a 10. All righty, next up. That was mine. So let's go to Eric again, right? And we have issue number 90.
Okay, first I want to say, I left the stream, then came back, and this time again, nowhere.
Wow.
But that same Google, I'm watching the World Series games, and I said one of the Dodgers looks like Theo from Sons of Anarchy. So while I'm not getting your stream, I see a thing recommended if you like Sons of Anarchy. Fuck you, Google. Sorry.
Oh, you're using a Google phone?
Well, it's just Google. Whatever. Google owns the world.
Yeah, Google owns YouTube, so it's their fault by proxy.
Yeah,
and Google owns you too.
I literally typed in "I love comics" on my own computer. First thing that pops up is "We love comics."
I told you, that's what it does to me every time.
Okay, but I do have to admit, the second one is Schooling the Woke in Comic Book History, and then Ranking House of Secrets, Gothic comic book covers. They take a little break to put in Mighty Comics and Collectibles, and then is comic book art subjective?
Yeah, you're usually not that far down. It just annoys me that every time I specifically put the phrase "I love comics" in, it reads it as "We love comics" first because stupid.
Yeah, it really should be mine all the way down.
I'm on my PC right now. You're the second video on the top row.
Yeah, I typed in "I love comics" and it said "Why."
All righty. But yeah, I mean, heck, I'm seeing Brother Power the Geek from 7 years ago. Wow, that's okay. All righty. Do we have 4? Oh, hold on. Let me get this in here. We've got that was 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right. What do you give this cover, Eric? What do you say?
10.
10? All right. How about you, Dalton?
I'm going to give it a 9 because it's really interesting. I'm just not quite sure what it's supposed to be at first glance. And that might be a me being on a phone problem rather than a cover problem. So, 9.
No, this is weird. So why is this girl living in space?
Okay, so it's not my brain or my phone screwing something up. It is just a weird impressionist type cover or something.
So it's not space. It's like Dr. Fate's freaking tower. It exists out of time and space.
Yeah, there's obviously like dimension bending stuff going on here, but it's not. It's weird. It's too dimension bendy to work as a normal cover, but it's not leaning into it enough to make the weirdness factor come out the other end and be good again.
Dalton, is this the house that John Constantine was living in or using in the Justice League Dark?
He got the House of Mystery for a while.
Oh, okay.
Because the House of Mystery is bigger than the
sister house
of
to this.
No,
but, yeah.
but I wasn't sure if because like one of the houses it changes where it keeps changing locations.
Some of these
they both do.
Yeah.
According to what I read, is some of these have reprints, and it was just to go along with the relaunch of House of Mystery as a horror title. Okay, so what do you score, RDB?
It's like instead of leaving the stove on, you left the wrong door to the portal open. now your house is in like space.
This is why you perform a banishing ritual at the end, folks.
So this girl, she saw something. She's trying to leave. She's looking to her right. She's freaking out. Doesn't realize that the Green Goblin or the Hulk is next to her, or whatever it is. Could be Jekyll and Hyde. I feel like she's gonna trip down the stairs. I didn't need the monster that arms are there. It's unnecessary because she's gonna trip and break her neck anyway. Look at those steep those stairs are. I'm gonna go with 6 on this. It's just I'm just not feeling it. You know, I mean it's cool for trick or treat. You know, Halloween. It's got the orange degree on there. You know, but yeah, it's just like the arms are. I don't need them. It's just having her just falling and breaking her neck is probably more.
I think that would have, yeah, I think you're right. That it would have been I don't know if a better cover, but it would have been just as good if they got rid of the arms and it's just her coming down.
Or
you convinced me, Vankman. I'm changing mine to an 8, I think.
Or instead of having the arms, just have wolves at the top of the things chasing her down.
Okay, so we're going over to the chat. Michael Taylor says 10. Joe says 8. Dark Admiral says 10. Trippy, but I like it. All right, 10, 8, and
Or,
10.
I take it back. It could be a Blanca from Street Fighter. Look at those fingernails.
That's weird. I never have those kind of problems. That's what all men say. Jackson says 8. And then Maranya says House of Secrets 90, damsel in distress from scaly creatures, house floating in space. Mystery sells the book like a good cover should. It's a distress 10. Let's see. I don't know who needs to hear this, but Black Mirror is not science fiction. It's a documentary series. Alrighty.
It's going to be. Give it a decade or two.
You think all black men are going to be playing video games and then fall in love with each other?
No, but I feel like the social credits is real life in China right now.
Yeah, that's true. That was also Orville. One slick dude says 8. While the drawing is cool, the background is absolutely ridiculous in its design. Alrighty, and then we have wow, I didn't see this ending tonight, says Jackson. Rhaegar says a high 9. Okay, and 9 from Ethereal and 8 from Undead Quinn. And then we have did Dodgers win the World Series?
Yep.
Jay gives the a 9. Alrighty. You're right, Eric. They're a juggernaut. I was sure they'd stretch this at least game 6. All right, Dodgers win the World Series. House of Secrets 86. Kids and Doggo investigating Geppetto and clown puppet little kid. Well rendered color used properly to set focus where it needs to be. Score a puppet team 10. Alrighty. Which number was that? And then that's what you get for being choose. Okay. Shirley, you can't be serious. Don't call me Shirley. And let me get the stop. All right. And if you have a late vote, just put that on in. And if it changes anything, we'll change whatever it changes. Okay. And that was 86. Okay. So let's get this down. And what we got here is a 6. Trying to take out 5 10s. Not doing that, but you bring up those 5 8s, and it does, and leaves those 4 9s standing.
Yeah.
All righty. So this is a 9.
Rhaegar, it was inevitable. I mean, there's no way they were going to come all the way back, but I don't know how good it's going to be for baseball when the Dodgers win their 5th in a row, 5 years from now, because they just won it all without a pitching staff, and they're going to spend. They could have a $500 or $600 million payroll next year. So make it that much.
Go for what was that again? 91. All righty. Here we go. And it is Dalton's turn to start us off. And, sir, you got issue number 91. Oh, that's freaking cool. All righty.
It is interesting. It's just, I think it might be the render that's not working for me, which I'm trying not to hold these against the cover. So, 8.
Alrighty. Okay, had to watch the Yankees blow the World Series. Now we need to fire Boone and resign Zotto. I'll say this much. Dodgers may win for a little bit, but they're not pulling 90s Yankees. Jay, okay, we got an 8 from Dalton. How about you, RDV?
Wow. I don't know. I guess the giant eagle that's black is trying to attack her. I didn't know they're black eagles. It's a new thing to me. I mean, the windows were all rendered, like the building behind there, like the detail and stuff. Kind of reminds you of like the little creepy comics we were looking at the other day. Eerie comics.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's a giant bird. It's just like I'm gonna go 8 because like.
Right.
I don't know. Like, there's nothing scary about that. It's a giant eagle. Like, if it was a giant, like, dragon or bat or kind of mutated monster thing.
I'm going to go off on a limb. If you see what looks to be about a 15-foot eagle, you're going to shit your pants.
No, I'm riding that shit to Mordor.
Uh-huh. All right.
I knew the Tolkien reference was going to come sooner or later. Well done,
Okay,
Venkman.
Eric, what do you say?
Well, thank you, Vangman. I was going to make a Tolkien reference if you didn't.
What are you talking about?
I would have had no idea. This is a 10 all day, every day.
All day
I've always
and
loved
all
this
of the
cover.
night. All righty. Yeah, the size, the perspective here is amazing. I mean, that's done very well. Just the scale is awesome. Once again, you pointed out the details in the background and such as well. But gosh
Well, it also
darn,
proves that no matter how big the eagle is, birds are stupid because it flew right into a window. It's just luckily it's so big it's going to go all the way through.
Right. Okay, yeah, I'm giving this a 10 as well. Let's see. Jay says 10, Joe says 9, and Undead Quinn says 10, Dark Admiral says 10, Michael Taylor says 10. So we've got 4 10s and a 9, right? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yep. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we had 9. Let's see. Do Ethereal says 8, Rhaegar says 10, Jackson says 9. So we've got an 8, a 9, and a 10. Dan Alvin says, whoa, I know. Cool cover, right? That's like Thunderbird. A bald eagle dive bombed right in front of me into a lake and came up with a fish. It was nuts. I love watching that kind of thing. That's awesome. Dan Alvin said 10. And we've got, I'll send my giant eagle over to your house, RDV. Let's see. 10, the eagle must have come from the giant bird cage on the background building. All right.
If Venkman ends up having to deal with a giant bird, we're gonna get some giant bird versus moose action, I think, because he's off in southern Canada there.
And Moranya says House Secrets 91 color sets the mood and is used to focus on damsel in distress from Big Bird Menacing. Well rendered, score a Tippy Hedron 10.
I mean, I'm not afraid of the eagles. I'm not afraid of a single eagle.
You've never lost a pet to an eagle, sir. That's that difference. And you've never watched Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds either.
We have guns where I live, and I don't care if an eagle comes at me. I'm gonna shoot it. I don't care if it's fairly protected.
So we have 1-6 trying to take out 5 10s, not doing it. So it's got to recruit those 5 8s. And not only does it take out the rest of the 4 10s, but one of the 9s. This is a 9, ladies and gentlemen.
You know, you scare it away. You throw a football at it, and he's like, "Oh, I don't want to win."
Okay, next up, let's see. That was, I guess we've got Dalton. Dalton's next.
I think that was mine.
That was you, Eric. Did you run 90?
Yeah, I did.
That was that. Okay. Well, that makes sense. There's only 2 more covers left. Okay. So RDV, you have issue number 93. We did not do 92 because that was the only Bernie Wrightson cover in our Bernie Wrightson cover thing. So let's see. Go for 93.
Wow. I didn't know that Larry Trainer was in this book. Seriously, this looks like the new Doom Patrol. Flower shirt in the hand. Or it's Zach. We don't know. Never kill a witch's son. Lonely in death. Only 25 cents? Bigger and better. I've heard that before. Lies.
They're talking about the price.
Yeah, I know. Highway robbery in front of the bridge. Yeah, I'm just not feeling it, man. It just feels...
Maranya, that was the Swamp Thing cover we did the other night.
But hold on, though. What's that on the left? Is that a totem pole made out of like people's faces? I can't tell. It's...
Oh my gosh. Yes, it is.
Well. Wow, what I was gonna say 6, but screw that. It's going up to a 9 now.
That is a totem pole made of people's faces,
like flesh and stuff. That's just yeah.
Alrighty. How about you, Eric?
You know what? I think I'm with Venkman there. I'm still trying to find the faces in here, but
I guess above his head, the left right there, it looks like a face. And I think the other one, yeah, this dude just
Yeah,
look
that
like
brown, what looks like a tree going up the side is a totem with a lot of what looks like almost melted faces. So
why not?
now, yeah, go on ahead.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, who is it? Somebody saying that's the headboard to the bed. Oh, it's one slick.
Oh, okay. So
yeah,
it's
but
not
it
a
looks
But that's a wide out there headboard. Usually they're closer to the frame.
and that's a headboard. Doesn't mean that he's not sleeping with a bunch of people he's killed.
Oh,
So
I'm gonna give us a 9.
all right.
I believe it's my first non-10 of the night.
Okay. And let's see, is it me next? Okay, so or Dalton.
Yeah, I
Did you
haven't
go?
gone yet.
Okay.
I am going to continue along the string of 9s. It would have been a 10 if we had gotten more of a close-up on some stuff rather than seeing this weird side angle we're at right now. So 9.
All righty. And let's see, we've got one slick saying 9. At first I thought she was holding a blowtorch, but it's a candle. Alrighty, and that was okay. That's a 9, and then we have Undead Quinn giving it an 8, as well as Joe. The candle fire and smoke look weird. Okay, we got 2 8s there. Louise and the Swamp Thing. Yeah, the 92 is the first appearance of Swamp Thing, and we already did that one. Ethereal says 8. Okay. RDV is it's the headboard to the bed, says 1 slick. Dark Admiral says 10. Jackson says 9. Rhaegar says 10. So 2 10s and a 9. And let's see, 9 from MK. And we've got, looks like Ra's al Ghul. And 9, cool cover in detail, says Michael. And we have House of Secrets 93. The kids grew up to investigate the crimes. Well-rendered color used properly focused on the victim. Bedpost carved with eerie faces. Score bedpost 10. All righty. And once again, if you have a late bid or late vote, excuse me, just put that on in there. All righty. And what we got here, he says, is he drops the cover here. 2 8. You know what? There's 5 of everything else and 9 8, 9 9s. This is a 9, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Cool, cool, cool. A lot of 9s on this one. Okay. So I get to start us off on the very last cover of the night.
Yes, sir.
Let me put up the go for issue number 94. Go for 94, which I did look at and really liked it when I was gathering the covers. But now I'm going to actually be able to take a good look at it. No, it's still a 10. I mean, this is just the shading alone. The woman, the figures look almost 3D. It is done so well. Yeah.
It also kind of looks like a painting almost.
I know, right? Well, I would suppose it is. I mean, no. But yeah, the shading, the shadows on this, the woman, the man's drawn excellently. Don't get me wrong, but the woman, the way they rendered her is next level. This is a 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Eric, what do you say?
Why not? 10.
All right. No more comment on how awesome-nating.
Now, why don't you throw some more 10s out there for us?
Okay. 10 to 10, 10, 10, 10. Dalton, what do you think?
I think it is a 10.
Yes.
When I first saw this, my first thought, though, was, well, now he needs to go find a train that he can tie her to the railroad tracks of. But sympathy for a fellow top-hatted individual aside, yeah, this is so well drawn it could pass for a painting. So 10 all the way down.
Alrighty. How about you, RDB?
Surprised somebody said this. This is Mad Hatter and Alice.
Ooh.
I saw Dick Dastardly and Penelope Pitstop, but that's probably because I watched too many cartoons.
Look at that hat, though. You know.
Yeah. Okay.
And he's got a blonde. You know, this reminds me of Mad Hatter and Alice. You know, in the House of Secrets.
That's why I said he needs to go find a train he can tie her to the tracks of.
Alrighty. What do you score this? Think?
I'll go to 6. I mean, if Batman was like in the shadow, like you see the silhouette, I'd be like, fuck yeah. But this is just weird. I'm gonna 6.
Are you well, Venkman?
No, he's going. It's not a Batman cover.
I'm a little bit mad. Okay.
Yeah.
Because because you have Mad Hatter and Alice, but you don't have Batman.
You.
Okay, so
You, sir, have just fallen off the back of part of
that. I give a Series 6. If you don't like it, that's your fucking problem. Okay.
Oh dear. Well, Bankman has gone bye-bye. He gone.
Just because you don't like what I say doesn't mean that I'm going to change it just for you.
It sounds like you're joking.
I think you're going to be fairly alone on this one, sir.
No,
I'm honest. It looks stupid. It looks like you have the Mad Hatter and Alice in a House of Secret book.
We found out that the peak wrong Bankman could be, ladies and gentlemen.
House of Secrets, and it's a Batman cover. Go on. Anyway, Eric, what do you say?
It looks like Mad Hatter went on easy mode. He said, "Fuck this! I'm leaving this book. I'm going here."
But it's still a well drawn. Look, if this was on a Batman cover, you'd be like, "That's the best damn Mad Hatter ever," because of the way it's drawn.
I wouldn't.
Okay, Eric, what do you say?
He already gave his 10. He went before me.
Back to me. I'm
that's
enjoying
right.
this argument.
Okay. There we go. We got everybody. All right, let's go to the chat. Let's see. Undead Quinn says 10. And One Slick says 10, reminiscent of the Hunchback of Notre Dame. So we got
it
10s?
Is actually. It does. It gives like adventure style romance books, almost like a Count of Monte Cristo or something like that.
Dan Alvin says 10. Alrighty. One Slick says Bernie Wrightson cover, but no. There is one great big piece of evidence that would tell you this actually is not a Bernie Wrightson cover. I included it. All right. So Michael Taylor says 10. Everything is fantastic on this cover. Probably my favorite cover. All righty. And Joe says 10. So does Jackson Raker. And then we have, I'm giving this a 10, but only because this guy clearly lifts, bro. All righty. And then we have an 8, not that scary. We've got a 10 from Dark Admiral. England team sees Dick Dastardly under the bridge. Not very often. He tried to stiff us, and not in the good way. And yeah, we had to boot him.
He always steals my mustache wax.
House of Secrets 94, the Pieta homage cover is almost sculptural with a rendering monochromatic color used well. White focuses on the damsel in distress. Score a Mad Hatter 10. RDV fell down and hit his head on the ceiling. Dan Alvin,
I'm telling you, he just fell off the back of Turnip.
Is he drunk? Shun, says
you're all in a cult.
Have you suffered a recent blow to the head,
He's considerably taller than Mad Hatter. Does DRV have any shame? I don't know about that. Yes, Joe, he's hunched over with the weight of carrying her, but she might be taller even so if a bit. And MK says 10. All righty. But okay, so we've got 13 10s, 1 8, and 1 6. All righty. So yeah, okay. This is definitely a 10. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the positioning that we have. A lot of 9s. We have 3 10s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 9s, 1 8, and an obvious worst of the evening 7. Now, of course, we've been including everybody in finding out where things go. So if you want to hang around with us and do that, feel free to. We encourage it, as a matter of fact. Let me get the go for 8s. Okay. And Eric, if you would like to lead us off.
Okay, what are we?
Hold on. I got to actually bring up the 8s, don't I? Or the 9s.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, the
That's how
9s,
that
not
works.
the 8s. We've got. Okay, so here we go. I meant go for 9s. I said 8. I checked 6 different sites, and they all say this is a Wrightson cover unless everybody. No. I was making a joke about myself with that Bernie Wrightson cover thing where like 4 of them weren't Wrightson covers. I know. Yeah, that's what I was doing. There you go. All righty. So, Eric, what's your favorite and least favorite of the 9s?
My favorite is the eagle coming through the window.
All right.
And I think
Eagle.
my least favorite is the Wrightson cover next to it.
The smoke or the smoke of the house.
No, there's only one Wrightson cover on the 9.
Okay, never mind. All right. You're talking about the one with the smoke. Okay, I'm gonna put smoke already. And Dalton, best and worst.
My favorite of the 9s is probably the vengeful Native American ghost who's about to decapitate some kids.
All right, I'm gonna put Indian. I'm gonna put redskin. There we go. Okay, redskin.
What makes the red man red?
What makes the red man red? Why does he say how? What is the worst of the 9s to you, Dalton?
Worst of the 9s. Can you roll through them for me real quick? Because I don't remember what all got a 9.
Okay, you know about the Indian. This is the one right next to it. All righty. And then we have the old man sleeping with a puppet. Not sexually. And then we have the smoke cover, which was right here. Oh, nope. That's the eagle one. And then we have this one.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that was the eagle one. And then we had the old lady crone, which I believe is one of the earlier ones, wasn't it? Here we go.
Let's see.
And finally, the dude in the mirror.
I think the nonsensically structured trippy cover is my least favorite of the 9s.
Okay, the one with the arms.
The black void and the green floating arms.
Okay. I'm just gonna say arms. Alrighty, and then let's see. For me, the eagle is definitely the best. The worst is between the old crone and the mirror, but I think mirror guy takes it. I don't like that one as much. Alrighty, let's see what everybody else is saying.
Venkman.
Oh, Venkman. Yes, let's go, Venkman. Venkman. What is your favorite and least favorite?
I'm confused by what Eric said about smoke cover.
I didn't say smoke.
Oh no, I called it the smoke cover because everybody. There was a lot of mention on how the smoke, the candle. Whoops, not that one again. The candle looks like a blowtorch.
Yeah. Okay. Well, my favorite is the Indian getting ready to kill the kids.
All right.
And my least favorite, man, there's a lot of bad ones up there. I guess green blanket with clown.
What?
The witch's son. The green blanket. The fourth one.
Fourth one. Okay.
Yeah, he looks like a clown. Yeah.
All right.
Death of a clown.
And let's see. That is one. Everybody else got theirs in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's go to the chat and see what they're saying about this. Heading out. Have a good night. Let's see. Okay. There we are. Or you can leave us to go get a pack of smokes and some milk. One slicks. Best from Jackson Raykirk. House of Secrets. Worst House of Secrets. Jackson, come on. One and the one under it. So we've got the Indian as the best, and then we've got the crone as the worst. Alrighty, and let's see. That was ethereal, and then Rhaegar says for eights, the first is the best and the last is the worst. Mirror guy. So we've got the Redskin and the Mirror guy. Alrighty, and then we have Eagle's the best. Third is the worst, which is the puppet. Alrighty, and that was the Eagle. There we go. And the puppet is the worst. Alrighty, and let's see. Eagle best. Third, we got that one. Nine's best is red dress damsel. Worst is puppet cover. Alrighty. And that one is okay. Best is that one, and worst is the puppets. 9 favorite sick in bed. Least is Eagle, says Dark Admiral. Alrighty. And the least is Eagle. Okay. And then we have Rhaegar. The lady in space wearing red is the best, and the crone is the worst. Okay. And let's see. Good night, one slick. Freeman was a lock for MVP. My 9 best guy with a puppet, and the worst is walking up the stairs, the crone. Alrighty. And the guy with a puppet is the best. Alrighty, and that's Jackson heading out. Have a good one. You have a good one as well, sir. Take care. And let's see. Once again, this is all done by ratio. So let's see where the 8s land. Do we have any all negatives? Yes, we have 2 all negatives. One has 2 votes and one has 3, and the crone is the worst of the 9s. All right, and the puppet is the second worst. I'm not the puppet, but the mirror is the second worst. And do we have any that take into, we have a tie, as a matter of fact, of things that take you into the negative. The puppet and the smoke both end up just being 1.
I think smoke is worse than puppet. I will throw some weight behind the smoke one being worse.
And then let's see, we have, what else? We have these 3. And the arms is a A 1-1, 2-1. Oh no, actually, this is a 2-1. The smoke is a 1-2. So that's actually in the negative. So smoke is definitely where it needs to be. And then it's 1-2 for the puppet. And then it's the no, it's not the eagle, but it's the arms. And then we have between the Indian and the eagle, we have 3 and 4. And the eagle has 1 negative and 3 votes. So it is the Indian that tops the 9s. Eric, you want to get us started on the 10s, and I'll put up the go for 10s. All right.
All right. The best is the Victorian book cover looking one.
All right.
And the least is the Mad Hatter.
Okay. How about you, Dalton?
Ooh, the 10s are really competitive tonight. I'm torn between the body stripper cover and the guy who raided my closet in search of a railroad track to tie his damsel to.
Right. So I'm calling them Robot, Book, and Hatter.
Book or Hatter. Just surely on the basis of the objective qualities of the Mad Hatter cover, I'm gonna have to say Mad Hatter cover.
All right.
I love the book cover though. It's probably the most creative of the night, or at least the most creative that worked, I think.
I take it since you are struggling between the two being the best, the robot's the worst.
Yeah, and it's funny because that's one. I think that was the first 10 I gave of the night.
Yep.
But
Well, they're all excellent.
In the category we're dealing with, the robot comes in last, not by virtue of it being bad, just by virtue of everything else being better.
All right. So how about you, RDV? What's the best? Because I already know your worst.
Dalton's Castle and Mad Hatter.
All right, Dalton's Castle.
Where are the boys?
I got a lot of representation on that top category tonight because you got the guy who raided my closet looking for a theatrically appropriate pair of train tracks, and then you've got the house I would like to live into in the other way.
Okay, I'm going Hatter and Robot for mine. Let's see. 1 and 3 says Ethereal. So he likes the robot the best and the Hatter the worst. And then we have 10. Best is Robot Face, worst is Hat Boy. Alrighty. Totally disagree with you guys on that one. But 10. Best is the Hatter all day and all of the night. Victorian novel cover is the worst. Okay. And then we have the most creative cover of the night is number 90, which got unfairly dinged, but most of the others are standouts, says Maranya. Tough one, but I will say the best is Robot Face. The worst is the guy carrying the dead chick. All right. And I like Castle cover a lot, but like the Mad Hatter more. Mad Hatter's best, and the first is the worst. The robot is the worst, and the Hatter is the best. All righty. Let's get the stop. It seems everybody's put their 2 cents in. And once again, this is all ratio.
Yep.
Okay. Where's my mouse? There it is. Okay.
Michael Taylor's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just got him.
It just popped up. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I got his. Okay. So let's see. Wow. There's obviously the Hatter is actually the least favorite because it had 4 votes for best, but it had 5 votes for worst. So it actually goes into the negative. And then 1 goes into 0 because it's got 3 and 3, and then 1 goes to 1 because it's got 2 and 1. So let's move right over here. And the best cover of the House of Secrets reboot is the Oval book story. I forgot the number.
The bottom stripper cover.
Yeah, the bottom stripper cover. All righty. There you go, gang. So we have number 12 is a guy dreaming about somebody coming to kill him. Number 8 is 80. No, I know that's 81. And then number 7. No, 12, 11, 10 is the old crone coming up the stairs. 9 is the man in the mirror. 8 is the blowtorch smoke weird boy in bed thing. Then we've got 7 with the Geppetto holding his puppet. Number 6 is lady running down an obviously about to fall down house. And number 5 is the eagle. Number 4 is the Indian. Number 3 is Mad Hatter. Number 2 is Robot. And number 1 is Oval book cover. There you go, gang. That was actually, I was pleasantly surprised how many of those were 10s. The Castle Girl, easily the best background of the 3, says MK. Yeah, it's really done well. These are really good covers here. I'm kind of glad I shifted. We could do Scooby-Doo with the Lesters. It's good year round. All right, let's go to the chat again, and let me check to see what we've got going on here in the poll. All righty, and see where everything lands for what is next. What is it?
That's it.
So what'd you guys vote for?
What did I vote for?
All of them?
No.
You had a lot of 10s.
I didn't get a chance to look at the poll. What were the options?
The poll? The one that didn't win.
God, I forgot what we were voting on. I remember George Perez, but I forgot the other three.
What were the options? I never got to vote.
Tales of Suspense, Iron Man, Tales of Suspense, Captain America, George Perez, and X-Men, the original.
Yeah, I went for Iron Man, and I knew there was no chance.
I think we were the only two votes on that, Vank.
Yeah,
I would have gone with Perez had I actually been aware of the vote.
He didn't need your vote.
So I wouldn't have put Perez in that vote because Perez has knocked everything out of the water like I predicted he probably would, because it's Perez.
I mean, because some answers are objectively correct, and some answers are giving the Mad Hatter cover a 6, Bankman.
Yeah,
okay.
Perez is a 10. The rest are 6s.
So the thing is the poll never popped up for me. I ended it, but it never showed up.
Sorry, Gail.
Oh well. You know.
Do you guys know what? Oh, here it is. Okay. 21 votes. Thank you very much for your participation. 14% went to Tales of Suspense Captain America. 19% went to Tales of Suspense Iron Man. X-Men Original with 23 and George Perez with 42. What these were was Henry sent a big old list of suggestions and kept saying, hey, check out my suggestions. Check out my suggestions. So I figured, okay, let's throw them all in there and see what sticks. So we'll put in George Perez, which I don't mind because we haven't done an artist cover thing in a while. We were supposed to do Bernie Wrightson, but somebody screwed that up.
Yeah, I think no one is surprised that you voted for the Iron Man cover, Ron. Yet Mephisto will be able to go ice skating the day you don't pick Iron Man when Iron Man is up.
I did not vote. I just went Ron with the show and I forgot to vote.
So Dalton, I got to ask you, did you get Venkman's joke earlier about Dalton's castle?
Yes, I did.
Do you know who Dalton? Do you know there's a wrestler named Dalton Castle?
I did not get that.
His character is flamboyantly gay, and he comes to the ring depending on budget with either 2 or 4 barely dressed even by wrestler standards.
So, in other words, if I were into wrestling, that is my character.
I tell you what,
well, here's a great thing.
He's one of my favorites. He's so unusual that you just can't help but watch.
And the guys are wearing peacock masks.
I mean, I feel represented, but
so Dalton, it's basically Dalton Castle and the boys, and the boys are always wearing the peacock stuff, and he's always like pretending throwing his big birdseed to them.
I thought you just were intending it to mean that I had done something horrible to the children that are always on these covers. That's the joke I thought you were making, but apparently I was not as informed as I should have been.
He's been around for a while. He looks weird as hell, but he can go. I mean, he's an excellent performer.
Yep.
Alrighty. I voted Cap because I don't think I've seen them all since Dark Admiral. And some people voted the Mad Hatter cover the worst of the 10s. I know, right? Yes. Dalton got a haircut, just realized, looks good. Now he really looks like the dude from Winona. Okay. Winona.
He does not look like Doc Holliday. What are you talking about?
I mean, handlebar mustache, top hat, bow tie. I can see where people are getting this.
Exactly. All right, kids. Tomorrow, probably just do some Halloween thing. Me and Gail are going to go out and see Smile 2. We're a little bit behind on our movies.
If anything, Dalton looks more like he's on Little House on the Prairie.
And I think we'll probably be able to do something tomorrow night. Yeah. So, anywho,
I belong in the Addams family. That both works in this context and in general.
All right, tomorrow
So
night.
join us for that. Do you have a reading or something before we do the Halloween stuff, or while we're doing the Halloween?
There's a bunch of crap going on tomorrow night. Starting around, I guess we'd say about 7:30 Eastern. I'll go over to Extreme Movie Show. We got a review of The Bride of Frankenstein will be airing, and then come back to Geeky Puppet Show. At 8 Eastern, we'll have Charlie Brown, Great Pumpkin, and then the final issue of Dark Victory Batman, Ben Affleck airs after that, and then 9 Eastern, we'll be going live for the best of the week. So,
All right.
a lot of Halloween
Cool.
stuff goes around.
All right. Well, there you go, gang. Thanks for hanging out with us. Don't forget to do all the clicking, liking, and sharing. And as always, thank you very, very much for watching. Have a good night.
Good night, kids.
Cheers.